Idris assured the people of the Niger Delta that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will continue to support the Presidential Amnesty Program (PAP) to advance its mandate of socio-economic development in the region. Mr. Idris spoke at the PAP interactive session with foreign scholarship beneficiaries organized by the PAP administrator Dr. Dennis Brutu Otauro on the sidelines of the presidential visit to London. At the event, the PAP foreign scholarship beneficiaries presented an award of appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his unwavering support to the program, which has facilitated large-scale onshore and offshore deployments of both undergraduate and postgraduate students. The minister who received the award on behalf of the president commended the program, saying that under the leadership of Dr. Dennis Brutu, PAP is successfully building a vibrant community of intellectuals.
Of not just the Niger Delta region, but also helping to close the gap in terms of human capital development that we so dearly need for our dear country.
All these are because of the support of the National Security Advisor and Mr. President, and it's on that mandate. My appeal to every one of us here and our people in the Niger Delta that Mr. President, when he returns 2027, is going to do more for us. This President mean well for us. He will mean well for the region. And what we owe him is support.
The Oyo State government, through the Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, OSADA, is set to commence the disbursement of loans to young farmers across the state. The Director General of OSADA, Dr. Debo Akande, made this announcement during a press conference in Ibadan, stating that the initiative is designed to empower the youth to engage in agricultural practices while fostering the development of the state's agricultural sector. He added that beneficiaries of the Youth Empowerment Agribusiness Program were carefully selected based on their demonstrated commitment and dedication to improving their agribusiness enterprises.
First phase. And it's first phase because the funding that is available is far much more than that. And that is one of the reasons why it has taken this long, if you are, because I believe you'll be asking that question. We want to ensure that we have a careful design. We want to ensure that we have a right verification of the beneficiaries and to ensure that we develop a support system that is necessary for all these youth. We also don't want to get these funds once and that is stop for us where we can't get it for the future. Because if you don't do it rightly and the MasterCard is not happy with us, it means that we'll not be able to.
And now to the business sector. Uber Technologies Inc. has stated that its platform supports about 6.1 billion naira in collective annual earnings for drivers in Nigeria as ride-hailing operators continue a multi-day strike in Lagos. The action, which began on Monday, has disrupted services across platforms, including Bolt and InDrive. The report.
Drivers say the strike is driven by rising operational costs, low fares, and difficult working conditions. Many have logged off apps, reducing ride availability and highlighting growing tensions within Lagos' expanding ride-hailing sector. Uber said drivers remain central to its business and reaffirmed its commitment to dialogue. The 6.1 billion naira figure, drawn from its 2023 Economic Impact Report, reflects total additional income generated for drivers nationwide, not individual earnings, which vary based on activity level. Nigeria's Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says citizens will soon experience improved electricity supply as the federal government addresses gas shortages affecting power generation. Speaking during his Eid al-Fitr message, Adelabu noted that recent interventions are beginning to ease long-standing constraints in gas supply. He said the government is implementing measures to ensure more reliable electricity for homes, businesses, and industries, adding that reforms under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are starting to yield results. According to him, Nigerians will soon begin to see the full impact of these efforts. The assurances came amid the worsening power crisis linked to an estimated 3.3 trillion naira debt owed by generation companies to gas suppliers, which has led to supply cuts to thermal plants. Joy Ogaji, CEO of the Association of Power Generation Companies, warned that the growing debt burden is pushing the sector towards a major crisis as prolonged blackouts persist nationwide. Telecom firms are expected to benefit from a $1 billion artificial intelligence fund launched by the United Arab Emirates to boost Africa's digital infrastructure, with Nigeria as a key focus. The initiative is expected to speed up broadband rollouts, drive AI adoption, and attract more private investments. Industry experts say the partnership will support Nigeria's rapidly growing digital economy by increasing investment in broadband, data centers, cloud services, and emerging technologies. UAE officials also highlighted Nigeria's potential to lead Africa's next phase of tech-driven growth. The move reflects strengthening economic ties between both countries, with non-oil trade hitting $4.3 billion in 2024 and $3.1 billion in early 2025. Nigeria's large, youthful, and tech-savvy population remains a major draw for investors.
United States President Donald Trump has warned Israel not to repeat its attack on Iranian energy infrastructure following a sharp escalation in the ongoing conflict involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. The report. The warning comes after Israel carried out a strike on Iran's major gas facility, the South Par gas field, one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world. The attack triggered immediate retaliation from Iran and intensified tensions across the Gulf region. President Donald Trump stated that further strikes on energy infrastructure could worsen the global economic situation, particularly as oil and gas prices have already surged following the attack. He emphasized the need for restraints to avoid deeper instability in international energy markets. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly acknowledged the concerns raised by Trump, noting that Israel's actions were part of his broader military objectives. However, he indicated that future operations may avoid directly targeting oil and gas facilities. In response to the Israeli strike, Iran launched retaliatory attack on energy-related targets in the Gulf, raising fears of wider disruption to global energy supply. The escalation has increased concern over the security of key oil shipment routes, especially in the Strait of Hormuz. Global oil price reacted immediately, climbing sharply as market responded to the growing uncertainty. Several countries have expressed concern over the development, calling for an immediate de-escalation to prevent further economic and humanitarian consequences. The conflict, which has intensified in recent weeks, has already resulted in significant casualties and damage to infrastructure across affected regions. Iran has warned that it will continue to respond to any further attack on its strategic facilities. Despite ongoing diplomatic efforts, tensions remain high with no clear indication of an immediate resolution. President Trump's warning highlights increasing pressure on Israel to limit actions that could further destabilize global energy markets and escalate the conflict. Evelyn is really reporting for Beetv News. Soccer fans planning to attend this summer FIFA World Cup are being cautioned to prepare for significantly higher travel costs and possible flight disruptions as geopolitical tensions in the Middle East continue to impact global aviation. The report.
Aviation expert Anita Mendirata has warned that ongoing conflict in the Middle East is placing pressure on key international air routes. According to her, restricted airspace in parts of the region is forcing airlines to take longer alternative routes, increasing fuel consumption and operational costs. These constraints are reducing available airline capacity at a time when demand is already very high, Mendirata explains. As a result, ticket prices are rising and travelers should expect fewer options and potential scheduling challenges.
We know that there will be an impact because, again, the price of oil is going to increase, increasing fuel costs, and the number of seats that are available for global travel are distinctly down.
The Middle East serves as a critical hub for global aviation, linking Europe, Asia, and Africa. With parts of its airspace now limited or avoided due to safety concerns, airlines are adjusting flight paths, leading to longer journey times and higher fares. Industry analysts say the situation comes at a particularly difficult time as the World Cup traditionally drives a surge in international travel. Fans from across the globe are expected to converge on the host nation, further straining airline capacity. Travel experts are advising fans to book flights early, remain flexible with travel dates, and consider alternative routes where possible. They also warn that last-minute bookings could be significantly more expensive than usual. Despite the challenges, enthusiasm for the tournament remains high. However, the added cost and uncertainties surrounding travel may affect attendance numbers, especially for fans traveling long distances. Airlines and travel agencies say they are monitoring the situation closely, but much will depend on how the geopolitical situation in the Middle East evolves in the coming months. Naomi Ewe reporting from Beetv News.
Fresh controversy has emerged in the DNA case involving late singer Mohbad, as two of the 3 court-approved laboratories have declined to conduct the test. The Aloba family lawyers Olulade Ogungwe said the lab lacks the capacity to perform post-mortem DNA testing on embalmed bodies. The report. According to Ogungwe, Mohbad's remains were embalmed after his death in September 2023, meaning DNA extraction will require specialized tissue sampling procedures beyond the lab capabilities. He dismissed claim that the singer's father deliberately selected unqualified laboratories, stressing that the refusals were based on technical limitations. The DNA test ordered on February 24, 2026 by an Ikorodu Magistrate Court is intended to determine the paternity of a child, Liam. With the case still unresolved, efforts are ongoing to identify a laboratory equipped to carry out the required post-mortem DNA analysis. In another development, veteran Nollywood actor Pat James has spoken positively about his experience working with Will Adenuga amid ongoing conversation surrounding the Papa Ajasco and Company franchise. This come after the veteran actor Richard Ayoyinka recounted his experience as Papa Ajasco in a recent interview with Lucky Udu. Pat James confirmed that he still works with Will Adenuga Production whenever he's called upon, describing the relationship as cordial and consistent. Pat James also addressed issues of payment, stating that the production company does not owe its actors and pay promptly for their work, even for brief engagements such as meetings. Reflecting on his journey with the long-running comedy series, he expressed gratitude for the opportunities it provided, noting that the project exceeded his initial expectations and lasted far longer than he had imagined. The return of BTS has sparked global excitement underscored by the frenzy surrounding their comeback. The group is set to launch an 82-day world tour with a free concert in Seoul, expected to draw over 250,000 fans in person and stream to audiences in more than 190 countries via Netflix. The magnitude of demand highlights the group's commercial power, with projections suggesting the tour could generate over $1 billion and possibly rival the record-breaking success of Taylor Swift's Eras tour. Anticipation is also evident in music markets, as fans have pre-saved BTS' upcoming album, are ranked more than 5 million times on Spotify, while shares in their label Hype have surged. The comeback follows a 4-year hiatus during which all 7 members completed South Korea's mandatory military service, a period that saw Hype's operating profit fall sharply. With the K-pop industry facing declining sales and recent controversies, BTS' return is widely seen as a key test of the genre's global staying power. Evelyn is vividly reporting for Beetv News. And lastly on the news bulletin, Galatasaray are waiting further updates on the fitness of star striker Victor Osimhen, who is facing a possible spell on the sidelines of 3 to 5 months after sustaining an arm injury during the UEFA Champions League round of 16 second leg clash against Liverpool FC at Anfield. Osimhen was injured in the first half after a challenge from Ibrahima Konate. Although he initially conceded, he was withdrawn at halftime following medical checks due to concerns over a fracture. Post-match examination later confirmed that the Nigerian international suffered a fracture to his right forearm, which has since been